Alright, welcome guys. So James Gunn has spoken about the Superman trailer, also spoken about Supergirl, Lanterns, and also DCU continuity because of course there was New York Comic Con going on. So there's a whole bunch of, well, just a whole bunch of information basically that was revealed. They did also drop a trailer for Creature Commandos. Couldn't really do a reaction to that because Max, or HBO, you know, as it was previously known, the much better name, they just do copyright claims, so couldn't really do a video to that. But it was an alright trailer. It was fine. Like it's fine. You know, it's very James Gunn. So if you like James Gunn, you'll probably like Creature Commandos. So I thought we'd just take a look at this. So James Gunn was on hand for a Creature Commandos panel at New York Comic Con yesterday, and he basically shared several DCU updates. So the filmmaker started by promising that Superman star David Corenswet, quote, is going to blow people the F away. So that's good. You know, I mean, good. Like, I'm glad he's going to have confidence in it, obviously. So it's not really a surprise, but still nice to hear, I guess. And he says he's the best physical action star I've probably ever worked with. Rachel Brosnahan, people are going to die for her as well. I mean, I press X out on terms of he's the best physical action star he's probably ever worked with. And the only reason why I say that, again, you know, is I just take what James Gunn says with a pinch of salt ever since that The Flash fiasco when he said it's the best comic book movie he's ever watched or some nonsense like this. So, yeah, I do, you know, I take everything James Gunn says with a massive pinch of salt. A very big pinch of salt. So, in terms of when we're going to get a trailer, he says there's no trailer yet. It won't be too long, but it won't be too soon. So, sure, fine. And he also spoke about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So he said that we start shooting in England in January. I just saw the screen test with Millie Alcock. It's based on Tom King's Woman of Tomorrow. A lot of people seem to have an issue with Tom King's stuff. So, you know, if you're really looking forward to this stuff, it's probably best to, I guess, take a look at Tom King's and just see whether you think it's going to be to your cup of tea or not. Anna Nagora came and pitched the story, and it was just one of the best pitches I've ever heard. Again, look, since you said The Flash is the best movie ever, I really do take everything you said. Oh, it's the best I've ever heard. Really? Really? Is it? She immediately wrote a first draft that was great, and it just got better and better. And he also added recently that he watched Millie Alcock's screen test with actresses trying out for Ruthie. So as for Lanterns, Gunn revealed that he nearly cast Aaron Pierre as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3's Adam Warlock, and said he and Kyle Chandler are, quote, so good together as Hal and John that you will be hooked on the two of them the moment they hit the screen. Now, he also said about the DCU status quo. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense, to be fair, actually. It's an interesting way of doing it, but yeah, here's what he said. So he said, every project of DC Studios will be its own thing. Everything is... What? Everything is going tremendously well. Superman, Supergirl, Lanterns, they are part of this cinematic universe, but every one of those things will be very different aesthetically. We learn that other things that have happened in the past in other media have still happened. There are references to things that happened in the past, and those references then become canon in the DCU because we mention them. So, I mean, look, so, okay, I mean, so how's he doing this interconnected universe? I mean, we shouldn't have interconnected universes anyway. I think they've died a death now. I think they've run their course. So, every DC project will be its own thing. I don't know what he means by that. He could mean from a perspective of directorial oversight, I guess. I don't know. You know, I mean, you got to remember he worked under Kevin Feige, and Kevin Feige probably told him what to do all the time. So maybe he's talking about that. Maybe I'm being very generous with that. I don't know. But apparently everything's going to be different aesthetically. Is the world going to be different aesthetically? Because if that's the case, that's going to get confusing. If the world that they inhabit is different aesthetically, then that is confusing. But apparently everything's going to be its own thing. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. It's very odd. That's a weird thing to say. Like, do you have a plan or not? Are you just making it up as you go along? I don't know. I don't get it. And then anyway, he says that we learn that other things have happened in the past in other media have still happened. Those references to things that have happened in the past, they become canon because we mention them. I think that's a smart way of actually bringing in stuff from previous movies. You know, hey, those references, they become canon because we have mentioned them, right? I think that's fine. Like, I think that's a good way of doing it. I don't think there's anything actually wrong with that, per se. It does mean that you can play really fast and loose with a lot of this stuff, though. You know, you're like, oh, well, you know, it's not canon until we say. You're like, okay, fine. And apparently... So it says, had the filmmaker not decided to continue certain stories he started or bring back the actors he worked with, chances are DC Studios would have made a little more sense and been fresher. And that is true, right? Like, there's still a lot of characters from the old stuff. Like Amanda Waller, for instance. The actor for her. So, okay, fine. Some stuff happens, some stuff doesn't. I guess this is like a parallel universe. I think that's what they're trying to say. I guess. But all this nonsense of like, oh, it's the best thing ever, you know, it's so good. It's the best picture I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, bollocks, go away. I don't, nah, mate, you're talking shit. And the only reason why I say that is because ultimately, you know, that whole Flash business. He's also recently made some comments about Crypto and said, look, he's an alien. Not to be that guy, but isn't Crypto supposed to be something akin to a Labrador or something similar? I'll still watch it, and I'll probably still love the fact that he's in the movie to begin with, but I noticed that right off the bat. No, Crypto is historically a generic white dog, sometimes also a lab, white shepherd, husky, or Dalmatian. I mean, this is true. There is a quintessential version, but obviously he's an alien, so he wouldn't necessarily be exactly any of those things. Okay, sure, fine, I guess. Sure, fine. I don't know, look, this is just, sure, okay. What do you guys think? Do you care about this or not? This whole interconnected thing is getting a bit confusing already. Like, I guess it's not that confusing because it's a case of don't believe anything is canon until it's said. But, yeah, that's a bit fast and loose with it all. So, whatever, let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear it. If you're new here, do hit subscribe, turn the bell notifications on, give the video a like and a share, all that good stuff. Cheers, take care, bye-bye now.